Hello, good morning, dear students. I'm from base English classes. This is in our previous video lecture we had discussed, that is, we started the discussion of the parts of speech. So we are still, we have finished just discussing noun and pronoun. And today, just continuing that discussion, we'll be proceeding with our class. That is. So again, I have to write the heading of our course and outline on English grammar. We're in chapter number 1. Chapter number 1, that is some basic concepts. Some basic concepts. We're now in point number 6, that is parts of speech. I have discussed the first part of speech is, that is noun. It has already been discussed, that is a word which is the name of anything. For pronoun we had discussed a word used in place of noun, because we had made some additional discussion about the noun and pronoun, so I'm not continuing that discussion. I will starting from adjective, that is adjective. Next part of speech is adjective. Whenever first, man was a beast living in the forest. He was living like an animal. The first word that might have come out of the mouth of a human being must have been the word that he would have used just while looking at something. Suppose you looked at this thing. You don't know the name of this one. So you said, "Ye kya hai? What is this?" तो क्या के बदले में the word is that the word you get against the question what, that must definitely be a noun word. The first word is to have come out of the mouth of the human being must have been just what you would have said by watching something, by looking at something. That is, कोई चीज को देख करके मनुष्य का मुंह से निकला हुआ जो पहला शब्द है, okay, whenever the man would have started uttering words, the first word to have come out of the mouth of the man must have been a noun word. Then the word used for that noun must have been the pronoun, must be the pronoun. Next, that is adjective. What is adjective? Adjective is a word that limits or qualifies the noun or the pronoun. जो शब्द या एक शब्द जो लिमिट करता है या सीमित करता है या फिर विशेषता बताता है, किसका? नाउन का या फिर प्रोनाउन का. दैट इज सो एग्जाम्पल, मेरा घर. In Hindi you say मेरा घर. In English you say my house. For मेरा you got my. For घर you got house. तो मेरा शब्द क्या कर रहा है? घर को सीमित कर रहा है. घर क्या है? नाउन है. Suppose I am studying here. I asked you, what is this? you say this is a whiteboard. तो whiteboard नाउन हो गया. Suppose I said, what is this? ये क्या है? क्या के बदले मेरा आंसर is ये पेन है. This is pen. तो pen is a noun word. Suppose I asked you, what I am? मैं क्या हूँ? You would immediately say, you are a human being. Human being एक noun word हो गया. So what I'm telling is, any word that limits or qualifies the noun or the noun equivalent, that is pronoun, will be recognized as the adjective word. So first, you have to know what you have to know how to identify a noun word or a pronoun word. Then only you will be in a position to identify the adjective word. So next, I'm giving the sign of adjective. Sign. What is the sign of adjective? Adjective का संकेत क्या है? Suppose example के लिए suppose this is a noun. This is a noun. This is a pen. Pen को सीमित करने के लिए, to limit the word pen or to qualify the word pen for use, आप क्या use करते हैं? Limit करने के लिए, for limitation, to limit use में से Renault pen को limit किया, green pen को limit किया, whiteboard के क्या pen को limit किया. तो pen को limit करने के लिए what you will do? Now, what are the signs to limit a noun? That is, suppose pen. कैसा पेन? कौन सा पेन? क्या पेन? किसका पेन? कितना पेन? All these signs, कैसा, कौन सा, क्या, कितना, all these are the signs of adjective. So signs of adjective. What pen? क्या पेन? कौन सा पेन? Which pen? किसका पेन? Which pen? कितना पेन? How many pens? किस प्रकार का पेन? Which type of pen? Here you will have to observe one thing. Pen is the noun word. This is the noun word. But this sign limits the word pen. So, I mean, for the question whatever answer you get will be the adjective word. What pen? Renault pen. Polar pen. Which pen? This pen. Whose pen? My pen. Which is the adjective word. Whose is the adjective sign. Which is the adjective sign. How many is the adjective sign. Which type of is the adjective sign. That is. So one thing you have to be very much clear. An adjective word is bound to limit, but some words of adjective are used to qualify a noun or a pronoun. So it is also a fact that every adjective word has got the capacity to limit by birth. But some adjectives also can be used to qualify a noun or a pronoun word. Another thing I want to make clear, और एक चीज मैं आपको यहाँ पर क्लियर कर देना चाहता हूँ कि हर एडजेक्टिव कम से कम लिमिट तो करेगा ही, बट कुछ एडजेक्टिव क्वालिफाई भी करते हैं. तो जो एडजेक्टिव ऑन लिमिट करता है उनको आप आर्टिकल या डिटरमाइनर्स के नाम से जानते हैं, और जो वर्ड नाउन या प्रोनाउन को लिमिट भी करते हैं और क्वालिफाई भी करते हैं उनको आप केवल एडजेक्टिव के नाम से जानते हो. सो द डिफरेंस इज, जब अब in modern grammars you find the mention of, you find the topics of articles and determiners, but in old English grammar, I mean the topics of articles and determiners were not separately given. They were studied under the adjective. But nowadays we find in the books The writers put separate chapters for separate topics, separate chapters for, the study of article and determiners. But for the sake of concept, it is very necessary that a student must have to realize what is the difference between article, determiners, and adjectives. So, adjective words are those words which can limit and also they can qualify a noun or pronoun. Now I put some examples. What pen? The Renault pen. Renault pen. This is adjective. Which pen? This pen. This is adjective. Whose pen? My pen. My adjective. Or you may also say Ram's pen, his pen, everyone's pen. Like this. Ram's. Suppose I can write Ram's pen. Ram's pen. Ram's is adjective. So should not worry. So many students immediately start worrying just when I mentioned Ram's word is used as the adjective word here. So whenever you ask, you will find most of the students are confused. Since Ram is a noun word, but Ram word may be, originally a noun word, but this form of the word noun, Ram, has been used as an adjective word here because the function of this form of the word Ram is, that is Ram's, it is not Ram. Ram's, yani Ram ka. Ram ka. This, expression has the capacity to limit the word pen here. So Ram's is the form of the word noun, but that form is working as an adjective here. Ram's pen, that is whose pen? Ram's pen. How many pens? 2 pens. कितना पेन? 2 पेन. 2 यहाँ पर एडजेक्टिव हो गए. Next, which type of pen? Whiteboard. Whiteboard pen. This whiteboard is adjective here. So, the sign of adjectives. Any sign that can limit or that can qualify. You will find, suppose, what pen? Renault pen. What pen? There is a Renault pen. Which pen? This pen. Whose pen? My pen. What type of pen? किस प्रकार का पेन? अच्छा पेन, खराब पेन, good pen, bad pen. Suppose good pen. Suppose I said good pen. Here, good word limits the word pen. In all these examples, the adjective words are found to be only limiting the noun word. But suppose, here again you have mentioned the word that qualifies also. So, to make one thing clear, what is the difference between the situation when a word limits or when a word qualifies? To realize that difference, I'm putting some 2 examples here. That is, 1. This is a good pen. यह एक अच्छा पेन है. Observe one thing. Here, good word, the word good limits the word pen. This is, here it limits. Suppose I wrote, this pen is good. Here the word good is not limiting any word here. Rather, this word is used here to qualify, to speak something, to give the quality of, to speak the quality of the word pen. यहाँ पर ये इसकी विशेषता बता रहा है, इसको सीमित नहीं कर रहा है. So ये यहाँ पर qualify कर रहा है. Another thing you will find here in this sentence, there are 2 adjective words. This also is adjective here, because this, the word this here is limiting, is put here to limit the word pen. This यहाँ पर adjective है which it limits, and here this word good qualifies. This is also adjective. This is here to limit, and this word qualifies. So these are the two words of adjectives in this sentence. So an adjective is a word that limits or qualifies. So now some basic information about how to identify an adjective word, I think it should be clear to you people. And in our next classes, when we will be reading more and more, extensively about the parts of speech, I think we'll be coming to know more about the parts of speech. So the next part of speech will be, first it is noun, then the word used in place of noun, that is pronoun, then the word that limits or qualifies the noun or pronoun will be adjective. Then what is the next part of speech? So I'm erasing this space, okay, because there's just lack of space here. So I erase this page. So one thing you must have in mind, until unless a word is used in a sentence, you cannot say very precisely, very exactly what part of speech that word might be. Suppose Ram, suppose Gandhi, suppose pen. If that word is simply, remaining outside the sentence, the word cannot be said very exactly what part of speech that might be. So when the word pen will be used in the sentence, you have to find out what work that the word pen is doing in that sentence, and that will determine the identity of that word grammatically. That is. So up to now, first noun, then pronoun, then adjective. The next part of speech will be verb. Means kriya. A word which speaks, tells, predicates, about, the noun or the pronoun is verb. साइन, संकेत क्या है वर्ब का? द साइन ऑफ वर्ब इज, हिंदी में कार्य को करना, कार्य का होना, कार्य का किया जाना, जिसको आप करना को एक्टिव वॉइस, होना को भी एक्टिव वॉइस, किया जाना को पैसिव वॉइस के नाम से जानते हो. एक्टिव वॉइस, पैसिव वॉइस, एक्टिव वॉइस, एंड दिस इज पैसिव वॉइस. सो फ्रॉम व्हेयर डू वी गेट दिस साइंस? हाउ डू यू come to realize whether any particular word from any particular verb word, a sense of do, sense of be, or sense of done is coming out or not? Okay. Example. Number A. Sita comes. Train comes. food is made. It is my request to you that, because we're making a discussion about the parts of speech, first, what I wrote at the time of writing the definition of the parts of speech, I said any word used in a sentence is grammatically called a part of speech, any single word. So here, to prove that, my request is you have to take these two words together, okay, to find the sign of this, passive voice. Because when a verb is the passive voice, it has to be made. But active voice verb forms are, available. They are available by birth. You need not, worry about getting the active voice verb words. Verbs with a passive voice sense, they are always to be made. So when they are made, you have to make use of two or more than two words to get the passive form. तो कोई भी क्रिया कार्य को करना या होना संकेत के साथ प्राप्त हो जाता है, लेकिन किया जाना संकेत के साथ क्रिया का शब्द प्राप्त नहीं होता है. फिर भी व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग इज, वर्ब क्या है? वर्ब मीन्स एक शब्द जो किसी नाउन या प्रोनाउन के बारे में बताता है. सीता आती है, आती है शब्द क्या कर रहा है? सीता के बारे में बता रहा है. The word comes here tells about the word Sita. Similarly, the word comes here tells about the word train here. ये भी इसके बारे में बता रहा है, ये भी इसके बारे में बता रहा है. This is also verb, this is also verb. This is a living thing. तो सीता आती है यानी काम को करती है. ट्रेन आती है यानी काम होता है. This is a non-living thing, so the subject here is not doing anything, rather the work is happening itself. कार्य खुद हो रहा है. तो कार्य को करना या कार्य का होना. लेकिन यहाँ पर खाना बनता है. बनना बोल के इंग्लिश में कोई वर्ड नहीं है. यहाँ पर खाना खुद से नहीं बन रहा है, उसे बनाया जा रहा है. दैट इज, खाना बनता है. बनता है, बनना सबके लिए इंग्लिश में कोई वर्ड नहीं है, उसे बनाना पड़ता है. तो ये जो है फूड इज मेड मीन्स यहाँ कार्य को किया जाता है. ऐसा नहीं कि खाना खुद से बन रहा है, rather किसी के द्वारा कार्य को किया जा रहा है. सो किया जाना संकेत के साथ क्रिया का शब्द प्राप्त नहीं होता है, उसे बनाना पड़ता है. उसे बनाने के लिए टू बी मेड, इसे बनाना पड़ता है. अब बनाने के लिए क्या करते हो? बी का फॉर्म का यूज करते हो. बी फॉर्म प्लस वर्ब का थर्ड फॉर्म. is the form of be and made is third form of the verb make. So that is done. Means the verb in the passive voice form will always have to be made. So when a passive voice verb form is made, we find that any form of be will be compulsorily used before the third form of the verb. That is, so verb कार्य को करना, कार्य का होना, कार्य का किया जाना. करना और होना संकेत के साथ क्रिया का शब्द प्राप्त हो जाता है. So a verb will always be available with the signs of do and be if it is in the active voice. But when the verb is in the passive voice, it has to be made. उसे बनाने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ता है? You have to make use of the be form very compulsorily, and after that you'll definitely find a third form of the verb. And whenever you find third form having been used preceded by any be form, you will come to realize that in that situation that verb form will definitely be a passive one. That is, so here, that is, we made some preliminary discussion about the verb. Karya means verb, the action of the verb, the work of the verb is to speak. This word also speaks about Sita. This word also speaks about the train, and these two words together speak about the word food. So this is also verb, this is also verb, this is also verb. This is one word verb, this is one word verb, and this is two word verb. That is. So here also this is verb, this is verb, this is verb, but this is active voice, this is active voice, and this is passive voice verb form. That is. Next, here, because there's some shortage of space, the space has been filled up, so again I have to erase it. That is. Next, first it is noun, next it is pronoun, next it is adjective, next it was verb. Noun और pronoun की विशेषता बताने के लिए, सीमित करने के लिए, noun और pronoun के बारे में बताने के लिए, the next part of speech will be, that is adverb. Means the word that limits or qualifies the verb is the adverb. That is. Next we come to the part of speech, adverb. Adverb, kriya visheshan. A word that limits qualifies the verb or the word or informs, speaks, tells about the verb is adverb. Means एक शब्द जो क्रिया को सीमित करे, इसकी विशेषता बताए, या क्रिया के बारे में बताए, क्रिया के बारे में कहे, क्रिया के बारे में जानकारी दे, क्रिया के बारे में जानकारी दे, उसे एडवर्ब कहते हैं. So many things. The adverb word is there to, give any information, any type of information about the verb. So how we get information, how we get to know about the verb? That is, so you have to ask some questions to find out the signs of the adjective. That is, as I mentioned, for noun you got the sign kya or what and name. For pronoun you got the sign action of the word. What is the action of the word? A pronoun word is used when you find that a word is used in place of noun. Immediately you come to know that is pronoun. Adjective, that is क्या किताब, कौन सा किताब, किसका किताब, कितना किताब. Likewise, and for verb you got कार्य को करना, कार्य का होना, कार्य का किया जाना, that is do, be and done. Similarly, what are the signs of adverb? The word that limits or qualifies the verb or informs or speaks, tells about the verb, that is adverb. So just put here some questions to find out which are the signs which are used to, to limit, to qualify the verb, or to inform about, to inform, speak or tell about the verb. That is. So, राम पढ़ता है, नहीं कब पढ़ता है, क्यों पढ़ता है, कहाँ पढ़ता है, कैसे पढ़ता है, कितना पढ़ता है, कितना देर पढ़ता है, कितना बार पढ़ता है, कितना बार पढ़ता है, किस लिए पढ़ता है. तो ये जो है, here you find पढ़ता है, राम reads. कब पढ़ता है? एग्जाम्पल, राम reads. कब पढ़ता है? नहीं, हमेशा पढ़ता है. जो हमेशा यानी ऑलवेज जो वर्ड है, ये वर्ड क्या कर रहा है? रीड्स के बारे में जानकारी दे रहा है. Here there are three words. This is the subject word because in this sentence there's made a discussion about the word Ram. राम के बारे में बताने के लिए reads है. reads क्या है? इसके बारे में बता रहा है. This is the verb word. Here is the word always. So if I ask you one thing, one question, will you please tell me? I mean, this word is related to which of these two words? ये जो शब्द है, ये दोनों में से किसके साथ रिलेटेड है? किससे रिलेटेड है? Which full word is this word always related? राम reads always. राम क्या नहीं पढ़ता है? कब पढ़ता है? हमेशा पढ़ता है. So ये this word gives information about the verb. So this is the adverb used here. So when you get any answer in the sentence related to verb in the form of when, where, कब, क्यों, that is क्यों, कहाँ, कैसे, कितना, कितना देर, कितना बार. So against these questions, whichever words you get, those words will definitely be words of adverb. So again, I have to write some more examples of adverb. Let us take one or two more examples of adverb. Or two more examples. A word that limits or qualifies the verb. Some more examples. Suppose the first example is, suppose Ram reads. Ram reads always. Ram reads here. Ram पढ़ता है तो कहाँ पढ़ता है? यहाँ पढ़ता है. कैसे पढ़ता है? अच्छा पढ़ता है. कितना पढ़ता है? 1 hour. राम 1 घंटा पढ़ता है. राम क्यों पढ़ता है? राम पास करने के लिए पढ़ता है या फिर करियर बनाने के लिए पढ़ता है. राम रीड्स टू बिल्ड करियर. राम रीड्स टू बिल्ड करियर. सो दीज आर कब पढ़ता है, कहां पढ़ता है, कैसे पढ़ता है, कितना पढ़ता है, क्यों क्यों पढ़ता है. टू बिल्ड करियर. टू बिल्ड करियर. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो adverb. This is also adverb. This is also adverb. These two words are together used as adverb, recognized as adverb. And to build career, these two words, to build is the form of build and career. To build career, these two words unitedly work as adverb. So, कब, क्यों, कहाँ, कैसे, कितना, कितना दूर, कितना देर, all these are adverbs. So, let us stop today's class, and in our next class we will be continuing with the parts of speech. So, to be continued. Hope that things are being very much clear to you. Thank you.